That's my son. I mentioned my son, so I wanted to talk about. Yeah, that's Garrett. He's a great kid. I've been very blessed. That was him. Not too long after he was born. He was 10 pounds 4 ounces and 23 inches long. Yeah, he cut the cord himself. He was a huge child. But this is where I pay tribute to my wife, who was 2 weeks late, which is why he was so large. And nothing was happening. So the doctor said, "We have to give you a shot of Pitocin." And she said, "What's that?" And the doctor said, "It induces labor." And my wife looks right at him and goes, "Could you give my husband a shot? I'd like him to do some yard work."
Welcome aboard. You have joined us for yet another episode of Comedy from Home. This is the comedy show that comes to you from my office right here in my home in Southern California. As always, I am your host, Don McMillan, because it's from my home. Who else is going to do the comedy show? My wife? No. My son? No. My dog? No. Not that funny. Not that funny. Anyway, thank you for joining us today. And happy Labor Day. Today we're celebrating labor. And no, not the kind of labor in that opening clip. I just threw that in there as a kind of joke. But by the way, in case my wife is watching, the most important kind of labor. Today we're just celebrating work. Not as important as that other kind of labor, but work. I'm celebrating work today because that's what Labor Day is about, really. And I worked for many years as an engineer. In fact, here's my badge photo. Boom, right there. And yeah, that was me like 37 years ago when I started at Silicon Valley for VLSI technology. Look at that picture carefully. Look carefully. Notice anything about that picture? Yeah. No. Aside from the beard, it's pretty much the same. You want to know why? Same shirt, same tie. I still own them. Yes, I do. My wife was amazed that I still had them. But why wouldn't I have them? I'm an engineer. I mean, they're perfectly good. The shirt still fits. The tie still works, right? Well, they're functional. I know they're out of fashion. In fact, they never were in fashion, really, if you think about it. But yes, I still have them. My wife found that hysterical. I thought I'd share that with you. But today I'm celebrating work, and I want to make life at work more fun, better. And how can we do that? Better communication. And that's what today's show is about. Better communication at work. And by the way, stick around later on at the end of the show. More live comedy with a real live studio audience in case this isn't funny. It might be. I don't know. Can't hear you laugh. But let's get to today's show. Let's go to my slides. The first thing I want to tell you is that it's all about making life better. And how that the Universal Business Translator. It's the one tool that will make work life better. Because what does it do? It actually, you pop it in your ear. It's just like, remember Uhura on Star Trek? She'd pop that thing in her ear, the translator. That's what this is. So it works in several different modes. I'm going to fire it up here. It works like sales to English. It'll tell you what a salesperson says, tell you what it really means. Marketing to English. Engineering to English. Management to English. Executives, the hardest kind, to English. And I've done this bit before, but I have all new ones today. So it's kind of been updated for 2021. So you're going to enjoy this. The Universal Business Translator. It will make work so much better and a lot more fun. So here we go. The first one, we have it in sales to English mode. So it'll take what a salesperson is telling me and tell me what it really means, right? That's how this works. And salespeople hate this tool, by the way. They hate it, but I, as an engineer, love it. So here we go. If a salesperson says yes, that really means maybe. They don't really know. They really have no clue. But they say yes because they say yes. If they say maybe, that really means it'll cost you more. I still don't know if it can really apply, but if you want me to do that, it's going to cost you more. Maybe it's not good. And if they say no, it's not going to happen. No, that is not in their vocabulary. Salespeople do not say no. They get stuck on the word. They'll actually go, maybe. They can't say no. And by the way, here's the difference between sales and marketing. This is the difference between sales and marketing. Marketing people know when they lie. Salespeople don't. So technically, it's not even a lie because they don't know. They say yes, it may be true. They don't know. It's great. It's great. It's plausible deniability. Salespeople love that. They love that. I pick on sales a lot. Don't take it personally. Salespeople. I know you people pick on us engineers. We pick on you. We love you. We love you. If a salesperson says, that's a great question, that is a great question, that really means I didn't understand a word of that question. No, man, you are smart. That is a great question. Oh, gotta go. See you later. They have no idea. That's a great question. If a salesperson says, that's taken care of in the cloud, oh, what a gift cloud technology was to salespeople. It's so good. It's the ultimate out. That's taken care of in the cloud really means, don't ask me any details. No, I don't understand it anyway. That's taken care of in the cloud. It'll be fine. Taken care of in the cloud. Yeah, it's all, what a great sales tool the cloud is. And finally, if a salesperson says, I spent 2 years working for myself, that really means I was in prison. Yeah, I'm kidding it. Okay, not all salespeople go to prison. No, not even most. I'm just joking. That's what salespeople do with engineers. We joke. All right. Marketing. Now, I explained to you the difference before, but marketing, they have their own set of how should I call it? Translations that need to be done. So this will take in marketing to English mode what a marketing person says and tell you what it really means. So if a marketer says it's easy to use, that's easy to use. That really means who needs documentation? Come on, it's intuitive. It's intuitive. You'll just figure it out. And I love intuitive. If somebody tells you something's intuitive, don't believe them. Don't believe them. If a marketing person says, we did a complete redesign, that really means we changed the color. Yeah, we had several meetings about it, took several months, but we've decided, yes, we're going with red instead of orange. It's much improved, much improved. And if a marketing person says, that's a new feature, that really means that's a mistake we couldn't fix. Yeah, no, there's no way to fix that. It stops and it bursts into flame. We're calling that the running fiery stop. You pay extra for that, actually. Yeah, you'll know it stopped. It's on fire. And now let's do engineers. Engineers to English. Takes what an engineer says, tell you what it really means, because sometimes even us engineers sometimes aren't forthcoming. So if an engineer says to you, for example, did sales tell you that? Did sales tell you that? It always means it doesn't do that. No, it's not even really possible. Sorry. You would need zero gravity, and that's hard to find on Earth. No. Did sales tell you that? That's what that means. Have you tried rebooting? If an engineer says, have you tried rebooting? That really means I have no idea what is wrong. No. Have you tried rebooting? Just unplug it, count to 10, and then plug it back in. Yeah, I think that'll fix it. Yeah. No idea what's wrong. If an engineer says, so far we're on schedule, that really means we haven't started yet. Yeah, that one's true. It's and next week will be a week later. We've built that into the schedule that we're late on the schedule. Managers, I feel bad. I was a manager. It's a hard job, and we really can't be forthcoming. We have to manage expectations in people. So managers, the hardest kind of translation sometimes. So if a manager says to you, for example, let me get back to you on that. That really means you'll never hear from me again. Yeah, it's a great thing, manager. Let me get back to you on that. Either they don't know or they don't want to answer. Let me get back to you on that. Yeah, it's an action item that never sees any action. If a manager says we have a fast-paced atmosphere, that really means no time to train you. No, we don't. In fact, I got to go now. I'm not talking about it. You'll figure it out. It's intuitive. Yeah, it's easy to use. It's intuitive. It's a little marketing in every engineer. And if a manager says my door is always open, it really means it better be really important. Now, your door is always open, but you don't want people to walk through it. No, it's got to be important. No, it's my door is always open. Yeah, well, that way you can hear what we're saying, huh? Maybe that's what it is. No. And then finally, one more. I'm working late tonight. If a manager says I'm working late tonight, that really means you are working late tonight. That's right. Who's going home when their boss is working? Come on. I'm working late tonight. Guess I am too, boss. And then finally, the executive to English translate. This is kind of really the hardest one because a great executive will speak for like an hour and not really give any details. They're like, what did he or she say? I don't know. There was no specifics, but I feel good. That's what's important. I feel they're so good at really not getting nailed down to anything, but yet inspiring the troops. So the executive to English translator is the hardest. So and if executive says, for example, let me get this over here. If executive says, for example, that is a complex issue. That is a complex issue. That really means I have no idea what we do. Yeah. There's a complex issue not appropriate for this forum. We'll take that offline and address it at a later time. I have no idea what we do. If an executive says we're working on a solution, rest assured we have the best interests of our customers in mind. And that really means I have no idea what we do. Yeah. If an executive says we need to reorganize, that really means I have no idea what we do. Yeah, I didn't understand that, but we should reorganize. That'll fix it. And then if an executive says keep up the good work, that means I have no idea what we do. Yeah. The pretty simple device, really, the executive to English translator. Just a voice-activated loop, really. Executive, just calm down, okay? Just have a sense of humor. That's all I'm saying. You need to laugh if you're an executive. And with that, I'm going to wrap up today's show. I hope you enjoyed that. Please share that with your fellow office mates, because we need to laugh at each other. That's really what I'm saying, and this is one way to do it. Improve the communication. Share the laughter. Stick around. There's more comedy coming up with a live studio audience about making work a little more fun. In the meantime, be well, keep laughing, and here comes your video.
So I was a nerd, I admit it. I went to work, I worked at Bell Labs. My last job was with a company called VLSI Technology, who actually just got bought, if you follow the industry, by Philips. I left actually in 1990. I know it was just about 9 years ago, because I'm just now out of paper and supplies. So, what? You're allowed to load up when you're leaving, aren't you? I had a lot of work to do that weekend before I quit. I miss my days. I learned a lot while I worked in the Silicon Valley. For example, I learned about badges. I'm sure everybody has to wear badges, you know, the pictures. And I used to think those badges were for security. No. When I actually went through management training when I was at VLSI, and they teach you those badges are actually a communication skill. If you're good, you can actually make it look like you know everybody in the company's name. They teach you this little thing called the peak, where you walk up and you go like, "How you doing, Bob?" I see you're combing your hair differently. Looks good. And how's your friend Charlie doing? And I actually noticed this myself my first week at VLSI. I had never actually worked at a company that required badges. And the CEO was he was very picky about wearing your badges and having it up here, not down here, but right here. And I didn't know that he was a real stickler for this. And he came in our building. We were in an off-site building. And everybody's like, "Grab your badges, Al's here, grab your badges." And I did not have my badge on. So I just grabbed a random badge and popped it on. So he comes by and he goes, "So, how are things going, Ramesh?" Things are going very, very good. I wish I was kidding about that, but that's pretty much how it went, I swear.